Sutton United finished second last in League 2 last season, meaning they have been relegated to the National League and will not be in FC 25. And they are a club historically that have had not much success. But today, I'm changing that. This is the ultimate monster rebuild. This is the ultimate road to glory, taking one of the worst teams in the game, and I will be rebuilding them, making them European champions, not once, but I'm hoping multiple times, because for the first time in channel history, we're gonna have a 15 season rebuild. My God, I'm excited to see what this starting 11 transitions into by the end of the video. Right now, this is how we start. This is an absolutely abysmal starting 11. One of the toughest prospects you can do, not too many great youth players. We are going to have to scrap our way off the bottom of the barrel if we want Sutton United to be successful. But objective number one, get our money up and get ourselves the foundations built at Sutton. But we honestly might have to take a step backwards before we can take a step forward with this Sutton United side. Signing the young Irishman, Dylan Duffy, as our first addition. We pick him up from Lincoln City. That is a good omen for the video though. His value goes up already. And a new right back joining us here, Israel Boatwright, the Dominican Republic defender, joining us from Inter Miami for £320,000. Poor fella's gone from playing with Leo Messi and Luis Suarez to Dean Bolzanis. It's not the first time we're gonna see this screen in this video, but we've got our first player out, and that is Jack Rose heading to Stockport. I do think it's going to be really important to sell as many of the older players that have market value as possible in this opening window so that we can go out and invest in the starting 11 from the start. I want to let dynamic player potential, I want to let it compound. So we're going to get Craig Eastman to Wickham. That's another 260k to use. Joe Kizzy headed to MK Dons. But ladies and gentlemen, say hello to our new starting center midfielder. I'm pretty excited about this one. Ty Barnett, coming from Wolverhampton, 17-year-old midfielder, really trying to make a name for himself. Lewis John heading to the German league. Now I will say I am surprised that we got this one over the line. It is Jack Taylor heading off on loan to Drogheda United, and Harry Beautyman is heading to Romania. Look, it would not be a monster rebuild on my channel without me signing an Australian young player. Johnny Yule is joining us from Adelaide United. Again, value's going up. I absolutely love to see it. I'm hoping to convert him to an attacking midfielder though, which takes 2 weeks. Perfect. And Noah Cobb will be joining us as our 5th signing here at Sutton. I'm expecting him to be an important addition to our backline. The American signing on. Of course he turns 18 years of age the day I sign him. Of course. Johnny Yule, finally an attacking midfielder. Does he go up though? He goes up to a 59. That's good. Let's throw this attacking midfield plan on him though and turn him into an absolute superstar. Also, the youth academy that we have inherited is absolutely shocking here. All of these guys, oh, we got an Australian, maybe I'll sign him. Roman Jeffrey, nah, he's still crap, man. Releasing all of these guys. We finally get another player out. It's been pretty barren this past month. And it's someone we really needed out as well. Omari Patrick, I was worried about him taking game time away from Duffy, so we've sold him. But this is how we sit at the end of our opening transfer window. Like I said, we've probably gone backwards in terms of overall, but down the line, I'm hoping this starting 11 is absolutely gonna just go berserk. But I've kept some money in the budget for this first half of the year. Curious to see how players like Coley, Lakin, Hart, Sanderson, some of the initial guys, how they go. But I'm definitely going to make some transfers in January. But for now, the most important thing is getting training plans in order and making sure everybody that can is going to be growing. Doing everything right in the first 2-3 years could really benefit us in season 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and get us some absolute superstars. Because my goal for this video is, yes, of course, to win one Champions League with Sutton, but ideally, I would love to win multiple. I want to build one of the most successful teams in England. I'm not going to lie, this is probably the perfect situation. You guys might think that winning the league is the best thing this year, but we've got time on our side. I'm not in a rush. I want dynamic player potential to work really well for us here. So if we can end up in the top half on the cusp of a playoff spot, that means our players are probably putting up decent numbers. and they can stat pad a little bit in the first season or two. So right now we're 9th in League 2 with Sutton. We're only 3 points out of the playoffs, but it looks like we're going to have to put in a fair crack if we want to get automatically promoted. But Ollie Sanderson has been recalled by Fulham, and so has Adam Malachi. Sanderson, honestly, the striker role might be the place that we go for a big upgrade here in January. Although Harry Smith, it looks like he's been getting a lot of the game time, so I might just keep him in the starting spot at striker. And yeah, Josh Coley's not growing too well, so I think I'll throw him up on the transfer list and look for a right winger. I'm also going to throw Sam Hart on the transfer list and look for a new starting left back. First things first though, we are going to sign ourselves a new left back. It is the Kiwi defender Lucas Kelly-Heald joining us from the Wellington Phoenix for £620,000. The Wellington Phoenix, their youth pipeline and player development over the past half decade has been so damn impressive. And with Kelly-Heald coming in, that means Hart is gone. The handsome defender heading to Sweden. We're losing somebody on a free. I want players to actually go for transfer fees. I mean, this guy's like 36 years of age. We're gonna lose Robert Milsom to Harrogate Town, but I want players that I've got on the transfer list to leave for money, because I don't know if we're going to be able to sign anybody else if we don't this window. And we're here on deadline day, still no offers coming in for our players. We've got about £300,000 in the bank. So what I'm going to do is reunite the Kelly-Heald twins. Albie Kelly-Heald is linking back up with Lucas Kelly-Heald. We're going to sign the New Zealand defender from the Wellington Phoenix, of course, for £230,000. As a potential goalkeeper prospect. It would actually be unbelievable if the Kelly-Heald twins could become world superstars and win a Champions League together at Sutton United. I didn't see this coming. Second half of the year, we have shat the bed. We end up coming 19th. We have dropped 10 positions in the second half of this year and finished 19th with Sutton United. That is actually horrible, but it means second year in League 2. Stockport, Crewe, Alexandra, and Doncaster automatically promoted. Fulham have won the FA Cup. If this happened in real life, I would be doing laps around the streets. Man City win the Carabao Cup. We made it to the first round in the Carabao Cup. How did we go in the FA Cup? Yeah, first round exit there as well. Well, we're really starting at the bottom. Bristol Street Motors Trophy goes to Wickham. We made it to the third round there. Progress. And Wrexham, just like real life, will be heading up to League 1. This is what I am most interested in, however, and it is the stats of our players. Harry Smith and Cashkett, our two top goal scorers, which isn't ideal. Duffy gets himself 11 goals, which is a brilliant start. Barnett, a half decent start. Definitely going to have to go in for a new striker next year, though. Going to be saying goodbye to a few players at the end of the year, though. Charlie Lakin heading back to Burton Albion. Dean Bulzanis, who has won an Asian Champions League with my favourite club, heading to Reading. And Duke McKenna back to QPR. I'm not intending on bringing any of these guys back. Steve Arnold, I'm going to let him walk on a free. And the same with Robert Milsom. I hope Harrogate Town are ready to get a 49 rated defender into their squad. We weathered the storm that is season 1. The foundations have been laid, but there is still so much work to do in this Sutton United rebuild. Glad we finally got an offer for this dude. Didn't get one all of January for him, but we get one now, and it is Josh Coley heading to France for £320,000. But our first signing of the window actually isn't for a right winger, it is for a new striker. I've got a bit of an Irish theme building up here between, we've got Duffy on the left wing, and now we have Tommy Lonergan coming up top. I will never do another Irish accent in my life. I apologize to the country of Ireland and everybody from Ireland that watches my videos. That was horrible. But Tommy Lonergan, nonetheless, is going to be joining us from Fleetwood Town. And we finally get a move over the line for Harry Smith. It could be a club record departure, as our former starting striker and Golden Boot winner heads to Rodé for £470,000. There it is though, fellas. Finally getting ourselves a right winger. It is Tyler Dibbling, young Englishman and breaking the streak of Irishmen. But Dibbling signs on from Southampton. Again, like all of these guys I'm getting from Premier League and Championship sides, they want more game time, and I'm willing to give it to them at Sutton United. Say hello to our new starting midfielder though. Daniel Kelly is going to join us from Celtic. He wasn't valued at £1 million, he was valued at 900 when I got him, but that is awesome to see. We get the Scotsman, he had 11 months left on his deal. Brendan Rodgers sells him to us here at Sutton on a cut price deal, and I'm pretty pumped up about it. But this is how we sit as we enter season 2. There is a good core building out here. I'm going to give Kelly-Heald the starting goalkeeper role for the first half of the season. It may bite me in the ass, but I just love the idea of the storyline of having the Kelly Hield twins winning a Champions League together and having success at Sutton United. If it looks like that fantasy's gonna bite us in the ass come January, then I'll probably sign a new goalkeeper. But for now, let's give him a go. All right, we're sitting 8th right now with Sutton United. I want to get promoted this year though, and I mean, we are only 6 points away from the automatic spots, and we saw what happened last year, so let's go see how Kelly Hield's tracking. Yeah, he's only a 58 overall. It would be great to make him a superstar right now, but I think I'm going to turn him into the backup goalkeeper. I think we need to go in for a new starter. That being said, I've just been searching around and there are not that many good options that we can afford. I thought we had a lot more money in our budget than we actually do. So if I can't find anybody suitable, I honestly might have to keep Kelly Hield in between the sticks. Oh god. Oh my god, dude. This is proving to be a tough-ass rebuild. I knew it was going to be tough, but I don't think in any rebuild it's taken me what's going to be at least 3 years to get out of League 2. We dropped down again. We are not a second half of the season team. 59 points. We finished 9 points away from Port Vale in the playoffs, and we weren't even close to getting promoted again automatically. At least we didn't drop down to 19th like last year, but still, we need to figure out our second half of the season slumps. Man City beat Brentford to win the FA Cup. Did we make it past the first round? We did. Second round, nope, we lost 4-0 to Oxford. Man City win another Carabao Cup. We lost to Bristol City on penalties. Bolton win the BSM trophy. We go on a run there? Yes? No. And Notts County will be heading up to League 1. Tommy Lonergan has hit the ground running though. +6 growth. 20 goals for him. All of our front three getting the job done. Surely next year we are not going to be condemned to a mid-table finish. With this sort of growth and these sorts of performances, we have to be pushing for a league title next year. Johnny Yule up to a 64. Kelly 65. Barnett +4 growth. Perfect. Lucas Kelly Hield at a 66. How's the other Kelly Hield going? Up to a 60. So he gets +2 growth this second half of the season. But I need to take a closer look at the squad. I'm probably going to look to get an upgraded goalkeeper next year though. Again, more of the older players departing from the club. Ryan Jackson really going to miss his 44 overall rating. Craig Clay and Jonathan Barden all leaving. Surprisingly though, Ryan Jackson is not retiring. I could still try signing him, but I can't see any teams picking up the 44 overall. He genuinely might be on a path where he's older than his overall. All right, enough is enough. We cannot do another year in League 2. We need to get promoted. I want to go and get our first piece of silverware. We're going to sign a big goalkeeper prospect, spending basically our entire budget on it. Tommaso Martinelli, the Italian. Maybe the first player in human history to join a club to leave a club like Fiorentina and come to a League 2 side. Regardless, I am so excited to have him in our starting 11. Our squad numbers are pretty thin though. So we're gonna go in for some free agent players to join the squad. Get a little bit more youth into the side. Reece Ross, Scottish right midfielder, joining us on a free transfer, 5-year deal. And another Scotsman, Patrick Bean, signing as a backup centre midfielder. The Irish theme will continue though. Aidan Boyd is gonna join us here, 17-year-old right back from Ireland, who's going to get straight into the starting 11 here. This one is a no-brainer. Excited to see if our third Irishman can step up as much as the other two. Gonna have one player departure though. Keeping it pretty light in that aspect, but Omar Suwanmi is leaving the club. And Albie Kelly Hield is gonna be separated from his twin for 2 years as he heads to Barnsley. All right, I've been abusing free agency pretty hard this year, but I'm gonna make one final free agent signing to help get our squad numbers up. Theo Chapman joining us on a free as a backup attacking midfielder. Automatic promotion is the only goal this year. We need to get up to the 3rd division. We need to start our climb up the divisions. I'm glad we're taking a bit of time to start the career mode in League 2. It's helped get dynamic player potential hopefully working, especially for our front three. But now we need results on the field. Let's see how season number 3 begins. So it's the first time we've touched the top 7, but I wanted us up where Burton Albion are right now. We are sitting 6th on 40 points. The dream of automatic promotion still alive, but every time I start to feel confident in this video, we're getting humbled a little bit. We need to break our streak of not being a second half of the season team. Oh my God, I was just checking out the squad depth. I was going to go throw somebody on the list. Kelly Hield in the first half of the year already goes up +5. I'm going to be watching that space. If he was like that already to start this year, I wouldn't have gone out and got Martinelli, who is up to a 67. So goalkeeper spot's looking good. But the man I am going to throw up on the transfer list is Ben Goodliff. I want to get a new, younger, higher rated centre back. Benny boy is gone. Ben Goodliff, Ben Goodlife, heading to Turkey, £710,000 for him. I want to make one more sale though, so that we have a decent amount, over $1 million, to spend on his replacement. Unfortunately, that hasn't gone quite to plan. We're in a bit of a conundrum here on deadline day. I've tried to sign Benjamin Arthur on a loan to buy deal, but Brentford wouldn't let that one head over the line. Obviously couldn't afford £2 million market value for him. But ultimately, we have signed the young English defender Caelan Casey from West Ham United, £890,000 for him. He's one overall less than Ben Goodliff, but he is also 5 years younger, so I'm hoping he can catch up to him for the back end of this season, but ultimately, I don't see him being a long-term player. We've shaken the second season slump tag, but we haven't finished the job. One game left in the League 2 season. Wrexham breathing down our necks, coming for that last automatic promotion spot. The highest we can finish is 3rd, but that'll be enough to get us to League 1. We're going to be versing 22nd place Colchester. We are primed. Get a draw, we are promoted. Come on, fellas. Big game here. It has been an absolute slog. Can we get ourselves up to League 1 with Sutton United? Come on. Come on, Kelly Hield. It had to be him. The left back is going to score the goal that confirms our automatic promotion to the 3rd division. We finished the season in 3rd. Ourselves, Burton Albion, and Salford City all promoted. I will be curious to see whether Wrexham join us. Bottom of the table though, not really too bothered about it, but Crawley Town going down alongside Swindon. Liverpool win the FA Cup. We got past the first round this year, but we got absolutely thumped in the second. Spurs win the Carabao Cup. We lose to Sheffield Wednesday. Charlton win the BSM Trophy. Another loss to Peterborough in that tournament. And I guess that's good to see. Wrexham deservingly joining us in League 1 next year. It's been a slog, but I'm excited to get up to the next level. Tommy Lonergan winning the Golden Boot this year, 19 goal contributions. Kelly with a much needed solid year. Duff up to a 72. Our Irishmen are carrying us at the moment. Dibbling up +7 though. That is a sight for sore eyes. Aiden Boyd up to a 70. We're going to be entering life in the 3rd division on a great footing. And Kelly Hield ends up going 1 overall up again. So he goes up to a 66 overall when he comes back. Oh wait, no, he's got another year at Barnsley, doesn't he? That'll be very interesting to see how these two lads are looking once Kelly Hield comes back. And for the first time in this rebuild, nobody walking at the end of the year. But we're walking. Walking on up to the 3rd division. It's going to be a massive one. Let's see if we can start the snowballing effect of growing up the divisions. This is what we wanted, lads. An upgrade to the centre-back role. Alfie Ashton, 18-year-old English centre-back, 71 overall. So that's a +6 upgrade. I'm immediately bringing this guy in. I was looking for backup players, but when I saw this guy, I knew we had to get him. Alfie Ashton, welcome to Sutton United and welcome to League 1. I think it's time for us to go up another level though at the attacking midfield role. The Uruguayan attacking midfielder Axel Montana is joining us from Danubio, joining us from the Uruguayan League. 2.3 mil, 68 overall. That's 2 overall higher than Johnny Yule and a year younger. I'm absolutely looking to get a loan move though for Johnny Yule. It's between LAFC and Hamburg right now. Gonna sign a backup left back here. He's a free agent. John Nelson, former St. Louis City player, is gonna join us as a backup to Kelly Hield. Worst case scenario, I can just sell him on for like £1 million profit as well. Johnny Yule has got himself a year-long loan move, but where is it gonna go to? My prediction's probably gonna be LAFC, and my prediction is correct. Johnny Yule heading to Los Angeles for the season. What a move. He's gone from playing in Sutton to now playing in Los Angeles. That is That's going to be tough for him to come back from. I don't want to completely sell Casey though. I still think there is room for him to grow. So I'm excited to see what he can do over the next 2 years at Preston North End. Somebody I'm fine seeing the back end of though is Scott Cashcott. We're selling him permanently to Dunkirk. I'm feeling confident about this season we're heading into. We're the 4th year of this 15-year project. It's taken a little longer to get off the ground than I expected, but I'm hoping we can make a big move here. I'm hoping we're not even close to the relegation battle in League One. I'm thinking more the top end rather than the southern end of the table. But lads, if you're enjoying this video and you want me to do more of these heading into FC 25, I definitely want to do more of these 10, 15 year rebuilds. Make sure you show some support, leave a like down below, and if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go subscribe. Okay. All right, we sit 8th right now. We are in the promotion hunt in League One, in the playoff hunt. Gonna need to get our act together a little bit, although we're only 9 points off second place Blackpool. How's Burton Albion as well, looking to get back-to-back promotions? But things are not dire. We are, yeah, we're surely safe from relegation. 19 points clear of Wickham. We need to make a push here for promotion with Sutton, but with no real need to make any major starting 11 changes. I'm just going to work on our squad depth here, investing a bit of money into a backup striker. I feel like I've gotten so many bargain deals in this rebuild, but Kladi Lotus, the Greek striker, is going to join us from Crawley Town, making the move up from the 4th division to the 3rd division, and providing an awesome backup option for Lonergan. We're in, boys. The dream is still on. The dream to get back-to-back promotions and head up to the championship with Sutton United is alive and well. We scrape in on goal differential ahead of Wigan. Cardiff and Blackpool go up. Who absolutely... Burton Albion absolutely bottled that. Oh my god. But we're going to be fighting it out with Barnsley, Derby and Rotherham for that final spot in the championship. Heading down to League 2. Wrexham survived the drop. Salford City not so lucky. They go down alongside Wickham, Mansfield and Leyton Orient. Chelsea win the FA Cup. We go out to Portsmouth in a 3rd round replay. Liverpool win the Carabao. 1st round exit there. Stockport County win the BSM trophy. We go and lose to Northampton. But we are heading to Wembley Stadium. We beat Barnsley 4-3. The 3rd place side, we beat Barnsley 4-3, and we're going to be versing Derby County. It's 5th versus 6th, I believe, for a spot in the championship, and we win it! Come on, Sutton. Come on, lads. Back-to-back promotions. It took us so long to get out of League 2, but now we have back-to-back promotions, and we're 1 league away from the Premier League. Tommy Lonergan, you beautiful, beautiful man. 76 overall. He's ready for the Premier League at this point, let alone the championship. Dibbling 76. Is Duffy 76? He's 74, but he's also a little older. I'd say older, he's 24. Daniel Kelly up to a 75. Our captain, Ty Barnett, up to a 73. We are in absolutely humming form as we get ready for life in the championship. Kelly Heald only up to a 67, so he's going to come back next year and probably be the backup. Martinelli's just clear. Casey gets himself up to a 68, which is decent, but again, the other two, Cobb and Ashton, are clear of him. And Yule goes up to a 71. Ooh, Johnny Yule in Montana. I mean, he's only away for a year. I'll probably look to send him on another loan, but that's a great bit of growth. Here we go though, lads. Promoted once again with Sutton United, and we enter season 5 of this 15-year challenge, a 1/3 of the way through it as a championship club. Well, this is not what we want to see as we enter the championship. Dylan Duffy, our first ever signing, submits a transfer request. I'm trying to get him off the list. I mean, he's starting every game. He's got a great contract. He just wants out. It's not ideal, but we may as well make it happen now. Get some money in for him and go all out for a star left winger. Matt Kirby's the first man out this year, though. I've tortured this man enough. He's wanted out since day one. We get 110k for him. And we're also going to sell John Nelson. He wanted out of the club, so that's £1,250,000 profit. But the big move happens now. I'm not thrilled about it. He's been a solid player for us in the past few years, but Dylan Duffy is heading to Benfica. Our Irish combination up top has been broken up, but we get £6.8 million for him. And we're going to put so much of that Duffy money towards his replacement. I expected to pay so much more for a new left winger, but we're going to go ahead and get Noah Lamina. I've never used this guy in a rebuild before. He has to be the brother or the cousin of Mario Lamina. I mean, you look at that face. That looks like Mario Lemina. Of course, he's a Frenchman, but these things happen. It's football. Nationalities are fluid in football, but Noah Lemina is going to join us as our new left wing player coming to the championship from PSG for £5.9 million. Another year, another loan move for Johnny Yule, who's heading to Braga. But we're going to go in here and make a boatload of free agent transfers. 2 of them are for the future. I've got to get into the mindset of, all right, this is a 15-year rebuild. That is not up for debate. We've got 10 more years, including this season, or 11 seasons left. Why not get some young players in now that can flourish and hopefully be ready to go by the time we're in a Champions League run? That is where Janus Lehmann and Dragan Jovanovic are going to join us. The Croatian striker and the German centre midfielder signing on here. Immediately going to look for loan moves for them. And then I want to get some more squad depth in. The championship season can be brutal, so Luciano Singolani and Luke Duzel, the Australian and Argentine, coming into some squad depth options. And then we're going to make another backup left back signing here. We got rid of Nelson last year, who was a free agent left back signing last year. Now we're going to sign Sam Schutte, £700,000. His market value is, but unlike Nielsen, he signs with a sporadic squad role, not an important first team player role. That was probably a mistake with Nelson on my behalf. Not done with the player departures though. Toby Ogundega heading to Sweden, £145,000. That's just more to boost the overall of the squad up. Loan move here for Jovanovic to Braga, which is probably going to work out quite nicely that him and Yule might be able to develop some sort of a combination. And Janus Lehmann is heading to Luton for the year. And the final player departure of this window, another player getting cleared out in Christian Engesson. So here is our starting 11 at the end of the transfer window as we get ready for life in the championship. This is going to be a very important season. I do not want us getting relegated. I don't think this team is bad enough to even be in the relegation picture, but I also don't know if we are good enough to be in the promotion picture. We'll get a better idea as the season progresses, but if I had to take a prediction, I would say we're in for a mid-table year, which to be totally honest, I'm okay with. And that was probably a fair estimate. We sit 13th right now in the championship with Sutton on the 1st of January. The door is still somewhat ajar for us to make a push for the playoffs. And on the same token, it's probably less ajar, but there is still a possibility of relegation. 13 points clear there. So let's just make sure we don't get that title of second season slumpers back. The building up of our future will continue though. I'm actually going to sign a player with a transfer fee here rather than just abusing free agency. Edson Neves, his value goes down, but the Brazilian left winger, 17 years of age, absolutely rapid, 69 overall, joins us from Feyenoord. Immediately going to look for a loan move for him. That being said, FC Porto is probably too high of a club, too big of a club to be sending him on loan to. Watford sounds perfect though. We're going to send Neves there for just the see if we can get a little bump over the next 6 months. Technically we slump, but it's only one position. I can live with this. 14th in the championship with Sutton United. That is fine by me for the first year here, season 5. I'm cool with that. Next year though, I want to be pushing up. I want to be pushing up in the promotion hunt. Wolves and Everton are going to get automatically promoted. And heading down to League One are Coventry, Blackpool, and Bolton. Aston Villa win the FA Cup. Oh, we beat Fulham in the 4th round. Then we lose to Newcastle United in the round of 16. That's our best run, I think, in club history. Meanwhile, Man United win the Carabao Cup. Went on a tiny little run there as we lose to Brighton in the 3rd round. And it is going to be Southampton who are promoted to the Premier League. Tyler Dibbling is 81 overall. This dude has come out of nowhere and is absolutely crushing it. 29 goals here for the Englishman. Tommy Lonergan slowing down in the growth department a little bit, but he looks like the definition of a championship striker. 24, 77 overall, bangs himself 21 goals. And Luca getting a lot of goals off the bench. I mean, he bags more goals than Lemina, who has a pretty piss poor first season, only +1 growth there. Casey off on loan only goes up +1. Lehmann in his year goes up +2. Yule stays at a 71, so I'll probably bring him back as a backup attacking midfielder next season. No growth for Edson Neves, which is frustrating. I'm going to look to get him a big loan next year though. And only +1 for Jovanovic. I'm a little disappointed, I'm not going to lie, lads. We are going to say goodbye though to Dion Moore, who I'm going to let walk on a free. I want it to be a big year of loan moves this year, fellas. The American defender Noah Cobb heading off on loan to Sheffield United. We're going to go in for a new starting centre back. But before we do that, we're going to send 2 more players off on loan. I think you guys can already guess who it might be. First, Edson Neves, 2 years at Galatasaray. And the second is Giannis Lehmann heading to Royal Antwerp. And there we go, lads. I'm a man of my word. We've done exactly what we said we would, and that is blow our entire budget on a player whose value goes berserk. Alan Maturo, the Uruguayan defender. I get him for 8.7. I was feeling pretty chuffed with myself when his value was 9 mil and I got him 300,000 under market value. Now it goes up to 13 mil. That is cool by me. I'm not complaining about it. That's our new starting centre back, and hopefully a man that's going to be a key figure for the next half a decade, if not longer. The pressure is on for us here this year though, lads. We need to get ourselves promoted to the Premier League. Last year it was fine to settle in, but this team is way too good now. Every player still has so much room to grow. Surely we can get ourselves promoted to the Premier League here with Sutton United. Dibbling, I'm expecting big things from you as well, mate. So far, so good. I mean, we could lose 2 games and be out of the bloody playoffs, but as it stands, this is the highest I've seen us this entire video. We sit second right now in the championship. I don't want to have to deal with the playoffs, man. We've done it once this video. Once is enough. Let's get automatically promoted with Sutton United. We fell out. We fell out. We have bottled that, man. We fall out of the top 2, the automatic spots. We end up finishing 7 points out of it. Sheffield United and Preston North End getting promoted. But that means, again, we have to fight it out in the playoffs. Why do I keep rolling my words? Anyways, we've got Watford, Middlesbrough, Fulham. Praying we can do it 2 times now, getting out of the playoffs, but those are some tough teams. Relegated, though, I'm glad we're in our position, not theirs. Huddersfield, QPR, Sheffield Wednesday. Arsenal win the FA Cup. Again, 4th round. Do we make it past the 5th? We lose to Arsenal in the round of 32. Man City win the Carabao Cup. We lose to Ipswich on pens. It's the big one, though, lads. The championship playoffs. Oh, we beat Middlesbrough. We beat Middlesbrough on penalties in the playoff semi-finals, meaning we face Watford in the most expensive game in world football. A spot on the Premier League on the line. Watford versus Sutton United. We are going to the Prem. We beat Watford 2-1. Sutton United, for the first time in club history, are a Premier League side. And we're going to get a lot of money for doing it via the playoff final. Oh, that is such a relief. I thought we'd fully bottled it. Tommy Lonergan, top goal scorer here. Excited to see how he goes in the Premier League. His spot is definitely safe next year. Tyler Dibbling, though, is our star player heading into the Premier League. 84 overall. This man is ready. Lamina, a half-decent season of him. Better than his first. Kelly into the 80s now. This is beautiful to see. How about the young fellas? Cobb goes up +2. Ashton into the 80s now. You love to see it. Only +1 growth for Lehmann. Only +1 growth for Edson Neves, man. This is frustrating. And Jovanovic coming back next year, but 73 rated. At least he's a half-decent prospect. Finally, Premier League bound, though, in season number 7 with Sutton United. Bring it on, lads. Can we survive the drop? The Premier League era begins in incredible fashion. We hit the ground running here in our bid to survive relegation, we've broken our club record like 4 times over here. We've signed Paul Lanner. We bring him across from Werder Bremen. The attacking midfield role has been a little bit of a poison chalice throughout this whole video, but I'm hoping it can remain Wanner's for at least the next 6 or 7 years. But I want to make another Wanner-esque signing, so we're going to cash in right now on Axel Montana, the Uruguayan. It wasn't too long of a spell here at the club, but we have sold him to Everton for 11.3 mil. Jack Taylor sold permanently to Al Riyadh. And another pretty big call here, but I'm going to sell Noah Lamina. I don't know if I'll come to regret this or not, to be totally honest with you, lads, but Noah Lamina, I think we can get somebody higher rated that's around the same age, if not younger. So we're going to cash in and sell the Frenchman to Leeds United. Back from his loan move, though, Jovanovic heads right back out on loan to PSV. Our answer at the left wing role has been found, ladies and gentlemen. Mika Götze, £38 million to bring him across from Ajax. The 24-year-old Belgian. I cannot wait to see what he has in his locker. It's the same age as our last guy, as Lamina, but he is 4 overall higher. I'm excited, lads. I'm excited. Very important year, though, for Giannis Lehmann, as we give him one last loan opportunity and he heads to Rangers. I'm so curious to see how this year goes. I'm confident. I don't think. Surely we're not going to get relegated with this side. I mean, the Premier League is so damn strong, but we've got a very balanced team here. I can't see us getting relegated with this side. Just need our usual suspects to step it up. Lonergan, need a big year from him. Dibbling, need him to crush it. Wana, Gotts, our new signings, need them to absolutely kill it. Maybe our squad depth is going to hurt us a little bit. I mean, it's very good for the championship, but time will tell whether this is good enough for the Premier League. Oh my God. We're 15th. And that's not what my eyes almost blew out of my head over. Manchester United are in the relegation zone. Manchester United sit 18th right now. This would actually be hilarious if they got relegated. I'm not a Manchester United hater. In fact, I have kind of a soft spot for them, but I think it's impossible to deny them getting relegated would not be incredible in this video. But we need to make sure we're cleaned up. We sit 15th right now, 6 points ahead of United. Just keep getting the points, keep trucking seed, lads, and we should be safe. And I will not be making any signings in this transfer window because I currently have £41 in my entire transfer budget. It's not even enough money to feed the team dinner. We survived, lads. We finished 14th right now in the Premier League with Sutton United, but I've purposefully hid the relegation zone. I want to see if Manchester United get relegated. They're either getting relegated or somehow pulling off a second half of the season miracle of going from the relegation zone to the top 9. Liverpool end up getting dragged down with us, but we're going to scroll down one at a time. Everton, Sheffield United. Did Manchester United get last? Preston get last. Where the hell did Man United finish? Man United came 6th. Fair play to them. Manchester United, with one of the great second halves in Premier League history, taking themselves from 18th to 6th, from the relegation zone to the Conference League. I'm impressed by them. Regardless though, we finished 14th right now with Sutton United, 7 points clear of Everton, and that's all I can ask for. Leicester, they win the FA Cup. We went out in the 3rd round to Watford. We still haven't really gone on any runs. I don't know if we're going to win any silverware in this trophy in this episode at this point. Spurs beat Man United to win the Carabao Cup. We go out to Shrewsbury there. My God. I'm going to take a look at the European competitions though for the first time. Man City win the Champions League. Valencia win the Europa League. And Inter Milan, they win the Conference League. Tommy Lonergan can do it in the Premier League. He's not growing too berserk at the moment, but he gets himself 19 goals, which is an incredible statistic and an incredible way to be as a striker in the Premier League. Only 18 goal contributions for Wana, which is still really good. I'm just more surprised that we got 0 growth out of him. We get +2 though for Mika Gotts, which is awesome. Dibbling gets up to an 86. Neves goes up +1, and I think that's, +2 for Giannis Lehmann. So these guys not really turning into superstars. And Jovanovic only up to a 74. But that's our first year in the Premier League done. Let's not get second season syndrome. Let's see if we can push up and get some sort of European football. Because I want trophies. I want to win the Champions League, but I want to win every trophy along the way. I think if we're going to take this team to the next level, we need another upgrade at the centre back. There's just certain positions where I just feel like I'm continually upgrading and upgrading and upgrading. Alan Maturo, a few good years at the club, but we are now selling him to Chelsea for 33 mil. But holy crap, guys. I don't think you guys are ready for what's just happened. I love Daniel Kelly, don't get me wrong. The Scotsman has been a stud for us since we started this career mode, but we just sold him to Wolverhampton. Look how much money Wolves just paid for him. £94 million. Wolves just paid £94 million for a 24-year-old midfielder who is 82 overall. 94 mil. Yeah, that was a no-brainer for me. We are about to go. He's got 99 short pass. My God. We're about to go in, though, and get a massive center midfielder and a massive center back. First things first, we're going out and getting ourselves a new center back. It is going to be Flavio Esposito, the 25-year-old Italian defender. Joins us from Fiorentina. £43 million. I think the Italian connection between goalkeeper and centre back is going to be quite strong now. He's got 95 strength and 92 jumping as well, which is awesome. Whilst we wait to sign our new star centre midfielder, though, we're going to send some players on loan. Really last chance saloon here for Edson Neves, who heads to Portugal, and Jovanovic heading to FC Twente. I'll probably use him as a backup striker next year. We've got our man, and my God, is it glorious. Charlie Patino is coming back to England. He was out at Borussia Dortmund, but he joins us here at Sutton United for £59 million, a new club record. But we still have so much money left over after that transfer. Got about £50 million still in the back pocket. Charlie Patino is going to be a rock in our midfield. I am making sure that we still have money, though, for the January window. Unlike last season, where we were left to our own devices of what we already had, I'm making sure we've got a squad ready with money ready to go as well. This team looks unbelievable. It's going to be a huge first half of the season, though, for Boyd, Martinelli, Kelly Heald, Barnett, and Lonergan. All of these, probably not Lonergan because he's got the runs on the board. The rest of the guys, though, could be getting replaced. We could probably replace all 4 of them as well, to be fair. But man, this team, we have to be pushing for some sort of European football. We cannot be in a relegation battle again. Forget about Conference League. We are in the push for a Premier League title. Okay, nice to see 2 relegation battlers from last year. Sutton United, Manchester United in the hunt for European football. But we currently sit second in the Premier League right now, 6 points behind Arsenal and 6 points ahead of Chelsea. So we are in a good spot. Just convert those draws into wins and we should get there. I did not expect to be this high up, though, if I'm being totally honest. Now, we don't necessarily need money from selling Aiden Boyd. I'm going to go for a new right back here, but I'm not going to sell Aiden Boyd. I'm going to put him up on the loan list, see if there is still a chance for him to come back and be a starting right back. But for now, I think I want to invest the money we have into a ready-made right back. Aiden Boyd lagging a little bit behind, but he's still only 23, so I don't need to throw the toys out of the pram right now. Didn't even know this, but we got manager of the month as well in December. 5 wins, 1 draw, no losses. That is awesome. Yet none of it. Wait, no, what am I saying? Yeah, one of our players was nominated for the player of the month. It is Dibbling. We get our new starting right back here on this Premier League title charge. I'm sure all you guys have already able to figure it out who we've brought in. The Northern Irishman, Connor Bradley. You are a Sutton United player. And we have signed him from AS Monaco for £40 million on the dot. I will say right now, though, the transfer window is coming to an end. I'm stoked about the Connor Bradley deal, but we didn't get a single loan offer for Aiden Boyd. We got some transfer offers, but not a single loan offer, which is incredibly frustrating. I don't want Aiden Boyd and Connor Bradley beefing and ruining each other's development and ultimately ruining our chances at a Premier League title. If that stuffs us up, I'm going to be filthy. It does not get much bigger than this. Okay, final day of the Premier League season. Arsenal first on 72 points. Manchester City second on 71. We're in third on 71, but we are versing Arsenal. We verse Arsenal. Man City play Chelsea. We need a win. We need to win the game. Arsenal have a better goal difference than us, but if we beat Arsenal and City drop points against Chelsea, we will be Premier League champions. A lot has to go our way, but this would be absolutely incredible. We're away at the Emirates. Sutton United versus Arsenal, and it is a 3-3 draw. Martinelli equalizes for Arsenal in the 89th minute, and dependent on other results, that might have just won Arsenal a Premier League title. City versus Chelsea, I cannot see. It was a draw! City versus Chelsea was a draw. If Martinelli didn't score that goal in the 89th minute, we would have been Premier League champions. But instead, that honor goes to Mikel Arteta's men. What an insane final day of the Premier League season. Absolutely brutal. Look at that. We finish third in the Premier League with Sutton United. Exact same record with Manchester City. They get us on goal difference. Arsenal by 1 point, but at least we're heading to the Champions League next season. Man United in fourth, relegation zone. Liverpool almost go down, but it ends up being Wolves, Leicester, Bournemouth. Chelsea win the FA Cup. I know for a fact that we went out to Chelsea in the FA Cup. Not sure what round it was, though. There we go. It was a third round replay. We drew with them in the first game, and then they beat us 3-2. Crystal Palace win the Carabao Cup over their fierce rivals Brighton. Unfortunately, we go out to Middlesbrough in the third round. AC Milan win the Champions League. I'm so curious to see how we go there next year. Lille win the Europa League, and Roma win the Conference League. Tommy Lonergan, man, we've got a tough decision. He just keeps on scoring. That's the thing. He gets himself another 19 goals, 2 assists, but he's 27 years of age and he's only going up 1 overall every year. Maybe he'll just keep biding his time, but eventually I think we're going to need another striker up top. Dibbling, though, he is absolutely unbelievable. Up to an 87, Gott's up to an 85. Good to see some growth as well, though, from Paul Wanner. Little disappointed from him, I'm not going to lie. Neves only up +1 again on his loan. And the same for Jovanovic. These guys have not been great. Martinelli's not growing as much, man. We have to do a tough call. We have to make some tough calls. We're in season 9. We're in the Champions League. We're going in for a new goalkeeper. He's a Georgian goalkeeper. Okrepir Katsishvili. I'm just going to call him Okrepir. Okrepir Kashvili is joining us. 43 million pounds from RB Leipzig. Same age as Martinelli, but 4 overall higher. Gonna cut ties, though, with Lolos, the Greek striker, departing permanently. And I say it's probably best for us to cut ties with Martinelli as well. We need the money in. I still want to make a massive signing at the centre midfield role. So 24.5 million pounds to send Martinelli north to Newcastle. This is what I'm most surprised about, though. We got a loan move for Boyd, and it was to Liverpool. I'm curious as to whether he gets any growth at Liverpool, but it'll be interesting. We get our man at the center midfield role. Let's go, lads. I haven't seen this animation the entire video, but say hello to our new starting center midfielder. We're gonna have an all-English center midfield combo of Charlie Patino and now Lewis Miley. This is a huge signing. 85 overall. Our midfield is unbelievable. Our squad is unbelievable. We might genuinely be able to go deep in the Champions League this year. We signed Miley, though, from Leeds United for 65 mil. But I don't have any interest in selling our former club captain, Ty Barnett. He's been here since the early days. I've renegotiated his contract, and he's now a rotation player. He's going to be so valuable coming off the bench behind Miley and Patino. Is this the side to take us to the next level, though? Can we get ourselves a Premier League title? We're in the Champions League this year. Big year for Lonergan. He's probably going to get upgraded next year. Either him or Kelly Heald. But this starting 11 looks so damn good, lads. I am so excited. Our bench is coming along nicely. Jovanovic comes in as a backup striker now. Let's see what this season has in store, and let's see what our Champions League group is looking like. Season 9, our first exposure to the Champions League, and we get Atalanta, Real Sociedad, and FC Midtjylland. This is going to be a tough challenge, but I genuinely think we should get out of this group. Probably going to be famous last words. Let's go. We are second in the group. Second in the group, Atalanta progressing with us. To be fair, I would have said Real Sociedad would have gone through with us. They generally have a really good team in career mode, but I'm not mad about it. We're through. I'm hoping we don't get shafted by the draw, though. We get Salzburg. Meanwhile, Atalanta get Barcelona. They have been stitched up. We've probably got the lowest ranked team remaining in the Champions League. I'll take it. These draws are not good, though, lads. I want to be back in the Champions League next year, and we're not going to be able to do that if we're outside the top 4. 8 draws, 8 wins, 3 losses. Get it together in the second half, fellas. Going to invest in a backup youngster here in January, though. Vic Fontaine. He's joining us from Portsmouth. The Belgian right back can also play left back and right wing. So I'm excited by the versatility of this young fella. A bit of growth available as well. He joins us from Portsmouth for 4.5 mil. But with that, we're now going to get into the Champions League knockout rounds for the first time. We're at the VBS Community Stadium, and we're taking on Red Bull Salzburg. Look at this side, ladies and gentlemen. Ashton wearing the captain's armband. Here we go. Against Salzburg, getting a 1-0 win. Lonergan, Mr. Reliable, Tommy Lonergan. But Wanner is going to get a straight red card in the 71st minute, meaning he is out of the return leg in Austria. So I'm going to put Miley up to attacking midfield and then get Barnett back into the starting 11. It is a snowy night here in Austria, snowy March night. Can we keep the dream alive? Here in Season 9, we do. It is Gots in the 88th minute. They had one shot all game, and it gets them a goal. But Gots is going to send us through. Wait, no, we were 3-1 up. That got us the win for the leg. All right, disregard that. We're headed into the quarterfinals. We do it somewhat comfortably. But I did not realize that red card, or the yellow card rather, for Esposito means he is suspended for the first leg of the quarters. And that first leg is going to be up against Atletico Madrid. This is a tough one, fellas. Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So it is the American, the former Atlanta United defender Cobb, coming in for this one. 76 rated, defending some of the world's best players. And we managed to get a draw out of this one. Ashton, please do not be suspended for the second leg. Please, mate. All right. It's all tied up. We are at home. Can we get a win here against Atletico Madrid and get us into the semi-finals for season number 9 against Atletico Madrid? Come on, Sutton. Come on, Sutton. It is the Australian Johnny Yule off the bench. Johnny boy. Johnny boy comes off the bench, and in the 104th minute is going to fire Sutton United into the Champions League semi-finals. That is absolutely incredible from the Aussie. And we have PSG here in the Champions League semi-finals. It would be bizarre. I'm probably jinxing this here, but it would be bizarre if the first trophy we've won in this entire video is the goddamn Champions League. But here goes nothing, fellas. The first leg away in Paris. Passports out as we travel across the English Channel. Sutton versus PSG, and we take them to a second leg with a 2-2 scoreline. We would have been taking the lead back home as well if it wasn't for Elise bag and a late equaliser. Season 9, a spot in the Champions League final on the line for Sutton United. Can this unlikely group of heroes get it done and get past PSG? We are headed to a Champions League final. Come on, fellas. Lonergan and Gots bagging goals. Season 9, we're heading to the Champions League final. Come on. And we've been drawn up against Bayer Leverkusen here for the Champions League final. They beat Man City, yeah, 5-4. They beat Man City. They beat Real Madrid. They have had a tough run to the final. And here in 2032, Season 9, it is Bayer Leverkusen versus Sutton United for a Champions League final. Taking a look around the grounds, AC Milan win the Europa League and Benfica win the Conference League. We finish fifth in the Premier League with Sutton United. So if we can't win the Champions League tonight, then we'll be playing Europa League football next year. I want us to be playing Champions League next year. We win tonight, then we get to play Champions League in Season 10. Chelsea winning the league by 9 points, which is massive. And in the relegation zone, it is Everton, Norwich, and Sheffield United down. Bournemouth win the FA Cup. I'm pretty certain we lost to Bournemouth. Yeah, we lost to Bournemouth on penalties in the round of 16. And Nottingham Forest beat Brighton, lose 2 Carabao Cup finals in a row. We lost to Arsenal in the round of 62 there. Round of 64, rather. Tommy Lonergan, this may be the final game he plays as the starting striker at Sutton United, but with 39 goals, I don't know how dynamic player potential hasn't infected him more. He's consistently puts up numbers, but doesn't really grow insane. Regardless though, I'm excited to use this team in Champions League final. But someone who is guaranteed as having their last game here for Sutton United, Sam Shooty, will not be here to start Season 10. I am feeling quite happy with myself, to be honest, because when I was getting dressed to start recording this morning, I almost put on my Bayer Leverkusen jersey, the exact same one that Leverkusen are about to wear in this Champions League final. Here we go though, at the Bernabeu. Can we win Sutton United our first Champions League title? Dribbling, I see that run under. Miley puts it wide. Miley puts that one wide. Are you serious? Man, we've got to put that one on target. Oh, I've taken the bait there. Isak, I've taken the bait. That's fair play, Leverkusen. That is a quality goal from them. I took the bait, brought my defense out of position, and now Leverkusen have the lead. Deal. Long shot. Oh my God. Oh my God. Again, I've just taken the bait. Isak dinks us, hits the crossbar. We got so lucky there, and Garnacho puts it wide. No long shot. Gakpo's just scored a rocket. Cody Gakpo has scored an absolute rocket there. And that might just be our final nail in the coffin. Lonergan, Dibbling's definitely offside. He's not offside. Dibbling, game on! Dibbling's not offside. Get that ball and get it back to halfway. 5 minutes to go. Come on. Ah, they're just passing us to death right now. Garnacho goes to Gakpo. It's blocked. Come on, get it upfield. That's a great ball. Oh, you can't call full time there. We were on the counter attack and in behind. Oh my God. Our first attempt at a Champions League final results in a loss. Granted, I don't think we had a team in normal rebuild senses that was going to be good enough to win a Champions League. Us qualifying, I'm surprised we even got here. This is invaluable experience though. Season 9 is going to result in a loss in the Champions League final, and we still are yet to win our first trophy in this entire video. And with that, I'm calling it a day. I'll see you for Season 10 tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for me, in about 2 seconds for you guys. Season 10 begins, ladies and gentlemen. We're not in the Champions League, so I'm going to make a lot of moves that build towards hopefully getting back to the Champions League for Season 11. Patrick Bean leaving permanently. Jay Williams heading to Istanbulspor. But perhaps the biggest move of the window, you guys might not have seen it coming, but we're going to part ways with Charlie Patino. He's 28 years old. He's probably not going to get too much growth here. And by the time we're back in the Champions League, hopefully next year, he'll be almost 30. We're going to get £80 million for his services. Let's put that plus our initial budget towards one of the world's best center midfielders. And that is exactly what we're going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen. Pablo Javi. This is insane. To get a player of his quality into Sutton United is absolutely insane. I want us to win the Premier League title this year. I want us competing for every single trophy every single year from here on. We need to start stacking up the club honors, and I'm hoping Pablo Javi can help us towards doing just that. The 90 overall midfielder joins us from PSG for 95 mil. But we're not done here yet though, lads. I've got some big moves still to make. But first, we're going to get some loan moves. Vic Fontaine heading to Sheffield United on loan. And Dragan Jovanovic is heading to Lazio on loan. And that right there is a hint towards what we are going to do. And that is to sign a world-class striker. Tommy Lonergan has been so good for us, but we need somebody to take us to the next level. So we're going to sign George Alenikena here. He's joining us from Bournemouth. £74 million for the 25-year-old French striker. I'm so excited to use this guy. But don't worry, lads. Tommy Lonergan will not be getting sold. I want to keep him here until the day he retires. I almost want to use him in a similar role to how Leicester City use Jamie Vardy nowadays. Continuously looking though to invest in the future and the depth of the squad. We're going to make 2 signings right now. The first has just been pulled off. It is Guillermo Gil joining us from Hull City for £14 million. And the second is for João Pinto at the left back role. He could be a potential successor to Kelly Hill at the left back role. The Portuguese defender joins us from Stade Rennais for 24 mil. Anything that isn't qualification back to the Champions League for season 11 is going to be a complete and utter failure this year. This team is unbelievable, and I think it's time for us to try and win ourselves a Premier League, an FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, hell, even a Europa League. We need some trophies this year. It's season 10 of this 15 season experiment rebuild, for God's sake. Let's make it happen. Second place in the Premier League. We come second in the Premier League. It would have been so nice to win our first Premier League title, but we are heading back to the Champions League in season number 11. Man City top of the lot. 2 points behind them. Sides going down though from the Premier League: Leeds, Leicester, Fulham. Brighton win the FA Cup. We unfortunately went out on penalties to Man City. Man City are dominating us this year. And West Ham United win the Carabao Cup. Again, we go out to Manchester City. Are you taking the piss? Oh my God. We lost the first leg 4-0, or rather 3-0. Man City are ridiculous. I might just have to start buying players from them. I shouldn't have sold Patino to them, but we were in the Europa League. We top our group. Can we get our first piece of silverware as a Europa League? So prelims we don't have to deal with. We beat Royal Antwerp in the round of 16. Quarterfinals we go out to Real Sociedad 4-2. bottling the second leg, and Real Sociedad end up winning the Europa League. Meanwhile, Marseille win the Conference League. Tommy Lonergan ends up getting the start for the majority of the games. That is just the simulation helping him out there. He does go up to an 84, but I need to sort that out, man. I signed George Ilankana for a reason, not to have him start half the games. Good year, though, for Lewis Miley. Man, Tommy Lonergan, 29, 84 overall. Man, I don't want to sell him, but I also don't want him taking all of the game time. What a frustrating season, though. We were in every single tournament, semi-finals, quarterfinals, second place. But we just can't get over that hump. When I started this video, I thought we were going to win 20, 30 trophies. We're still yet to win one. Crack on season 11. Right now, money's not an issue, and I don't really want to make any huge upgrades to the starting 11, so I want to build out a super squad. I want, eventually over the next 5 years, to have just insane depth at every single position. No players that are 75 rated or lower, to be honest. Baptiste Bailly is joining us as a backup center midfielder from Liverpool. The backup attacking midfielder for us is going to be a Turkish attacking midfielder in Erkan Yilmaz, who is going to join us from Arsenal. Renato Alves is a 22-year-old Brazilian winger who we're going to bring across here from FC Nantes. 32 mil for him. He looks exciting. And we've finally pulled the trigger on it. Jonathan Carter will be joining us. He is a backup goalkeeper, but he is somebody I could easily see transitioning into the starting goalkeeper for the final few years. He signs on from Tottenham. But this is one of the most crucial seasons in this entire 15-year project. We've already lost one Champions League final. We have to be odds on to get back there. And this will probably be the final year at Sutton United for some players. Bradley, he's going to be turning 30. He already is 30. I'm going to look to sell him next year. A lot of our squad, though, Javi, I mean, he's 90, so he'll probably stay just because he has a lot of runway. But some players are getting on in age where they might need to be replaced out of the squad. So, very crucial year and almost a last dance at Sutton United for some of these guys. Also, I just want to point out, our reserves are now looking absolutely insane. Lonergan's up to an 85, as he's only 29. I could give him the starting role back. He's grown more than I expected, but over the next few years, I want to start cleaning out some of these lower rated guys that don't really have too much growth. Like I said, I think it would be awesome if we had a squad where the lowest player was like 75 or 80. Back in the Champions League, our second time in this competition, we've got Sevilla, RB Leipzig, and FC Midtjylland. A balanced group, but I want us to wipe the floor. I want us to wipe the floor throughout this entire... I want us to wipe the floor for the rest of the video, not just this season. I want this to be the stage of the video where we go absolutely berserk. I wouldn't describe this exactly as wiping the floor, but we are back into the Champions League knockout rounds. That's important. Sevilla top the group undefeated. We come in second. I'm hoping we don't get stitched up with a draw. Atalanta, that's an okay draw. That's an okay draw. So we could have had Salzburg again, but we get Atalanta. I can live with that. We need to sort this out. I mean, we are only a point off and we have a game in hand over West Ham, but I want to win the Premier League title. We have come so close so many times. We need to win a Premier League title with Sutton United. If we go this whole video without winning it, I will go crazy. All right, here we go, lads. Champions League knockout rounds, season number 11. A lot on the line. We need to get ourselves back to a Champions League final. First leg at home against Atalanta, and we get a 2-0 win. And it is that man Lonergan getting us the second goal off the bench. Maybe I might just have to go all in and restart him. If he's up to an 86, I think I will. He's still an 85, so I think we will keep it up top with Ilankana. Let's just get in and get out. We head to Stadio Classico in Atalanta, taking on Atalanta. 1-1 draw, that's fine by me. No injuries, no suspensions. Quarterfinals we move on to. Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League quarterfinals. Salzburg end up hanging around, but we've got Dortmund. Here we go. Once again, at home for the first leg. Come on, lads. Get past Dortmund. Take my jersey off, and we get the win in the first leg. A penalty miss there for George. Gotts with the yellow card, but that is a 2-0 lead to take back to Dortmund. Don't stuff it up, lads. Ilankana is angry, which is not great. I need to look into that after this, but right now, just put your anger to the side, mate, and get us a job done. We get the job done. Yellow card for Ashton, but we absolutely annihilate Borussia Dortmund. 5-1. back to the Champions League semi-finals and the Champions League quarterfinals. We are facing Juventus, Bayern Munich versus Barcelona. Let's get our end of the deal held up and let's get ourselves an opportunity to finally win a Champions League. Alfie Ashton is out though for this first leg. That is not ideal. Alfie Ashton out for this first leg. So that means Gil comes in for the starting 11. I'm honestly going to have to get a world-class backup centre-back next year because 78 rated is just not enough for me to feel confident. But the first leg away in Turin, and it's a 1-1 draw. A 1-1 draw. Esposito gives us the lead. And everything now is to fight for as we head back home. Here we go. Come on. Come on, lads. Look how good this team is. Look how good this team is. Can we get ourselves back to a Champions League final? Our second opportunity at Champions League glory. 1-1 against Juventus. And we get absolutely pumped. We have been absolutely pumped by Juventus. Are you kidding me? João Neves, who I almost signed instead of Pablo Javi last year, has gone and absolutely destroyed us. We lose 4-1 at home. We would be getting booed off the pitch. And we are out in the Champions League semi-finals. Are we ever going to win a Champions League in this video? What an absolute disaster. But the pain of our Champions League exit subsides a little because we have won a Premier League title finally. We win the Premier League with Sutton. Oh my God. We have beaten Man City on goal differential. 3 goals is the difference this year. We are Premier League champions. We have finally won a trophy with Sutton. Man City second, United down in 10th. Relegated are Wolves, Everton and Bristol. Man City do win the FA Cup. They beat us in that one. We made it to the quarterfinals. Man City also won the Carabao Cup, so we stopped them from a domestic treble. We go out to Aston Villa in the round of 16 there. Juventus end up beating Bayern Munich to win the Champions League. I cannot still believe that second leg. Hoffenheim win the Europa League and Stade Rennais win the Conference League. Mika Götze is our Golden Boot winner this year. 32 goal contributions for him, 89 overall. Miley gets himself 27. He's up to a 89 as well. And Pablo Javi, 29 goal contributions. What an absolute stud. Lonergan gets the most goals at strike. Honestly, I might have to sell Ilna and just face the inevitable. Tommy Lonergan cannot be stopped. But I'm going to let 4 players walk on free transfers here. Luciano Cingolani, Luke Dezell, Theo Chapman, and Reece Ross all leaving the club. All right, it's time. I've had a big long think about it during the off-season. It is time to upgrade at the attacking midfielder role. Kendry Paez is joining us here. Paul Wanner hasn't exactly set the world alight, so I'm going to go out here and get the Ecuadorian attacking midfielder. Couple of years younger, 1 overall higher. Let's see if he can provide the spark. It's time for us to cash in though. Paul Wanner was solid, but he didn't set the world alight, as I said. So we're going to send him to the side that won the Champions League, the side that eliminated us, Juventus. One of our earliest men leaves after, what, 12 seasons? And that is Kalen Casey, who heads to Leicester. But at the end of last year, I said I wanted to sign a new backup centre-back. I've changed my tone slightly, and I've actually gone ahead and signed the world's best defender. We have signed a 90 rated centre-back in Jesse Janssen. The Dutch centre-back has to be the regen of Virgil van Dijk. We've paid £146 million to get him from AC Milan. It's a lot of money, but we're never going to have to upgrade him for the rest of the video. This guy will still be an absolute stud by the time we hit season 15. This is the no-brainer. Jesse Janssen, welcome to Sutton United. He's gone, lads. He's gone. Tommy Lonergan wins. Tommy Lonergan wins the battle, and he wins the war. Tommy Lonergan is inevitable. George Ilinakana heading to Brentford for 90 mil. And I'm going to sign a new striker, but it's only as a backup. I've learnt my lesson. Tommy Lonergan is the man. Tommy Lonergan cannot be replaced. Carlo Arnold is merely just a backup option. But on the very same day, we're going to sign this guy, 21-year-old Harry Leonard, an English left winger, 85 overall. He had 11 months remaining on his deal at Chelsea, so we're going to bring him in here for £52 million under his market value. I think we've stumbled upon an absolute stud. Damn, he gets this cutscene. I'm surprised he gets this cutscene from the jump. Definitely priming him to be the replacement option for Mika Götze if he starts to drop off. We finally sold Israel Boatwright though. I've accepted so many transfer offers for this guy. Israel Boatwright finally out of the club, off to Al Tawan. We are on track, if we haven't already, to building one of the greatest teams in world football. This team is unbelievable. The starting 11's crazy, the bench is crazy, the reserves are now at the point where our lowest rated player is Kelly Heald. But for the most part, everybody in our squad is an absolute world beater. I cannot believe we haven't won a Champions League yet. This has to be the year. I've given Lonergan the captain's armband. I've given him the starting striker role. Prove to me that I made the right call, Andy. I keep calling Andy like he's the former Fulham goalkeeper. Tommy Lonergan. Braga, Lille, Inter Milan. It's a tough group. It is. We have not had an easy run in the Champions League yet, but is it going to be third time lucky? Let's get out of Group B. Also, I know I said last year that I was planning on getting rid of Connor Bradley, but to be fair, he went up 1 overall last year. He's now 87 rated, and there aren't any players out there that I feel are going to come in and be higher rated than him. So Connor Bradley's going to keep this starting right back role until he starts decreasing. Seeing a donut in the loss column is definitely something that fills you with a lot of confidence here. We get 4 draws. But it's kind of to be expected given this group. It's a strong group, but to top it is huge. So for the third time, we're into the Champions League knockout rounds, and we are going to have a rematch from the Champions League final that we lost. It is Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League round of 16. I would have loved Getafe or Hoffenheim or Antwerp, but a rematch will do. I love to see this though. 11 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. It's a shame we don't have a donut in the loss column here, but 11 points clear, trying to win back-to-back Premier League titles. This is the type of season and the type of the start to the season that we have been driving for this entire video. Are we finally going to have the trophies start rolling in and piling up? All right, showtime, fellas. First leg away at the Bayer Arena in Leverkusen. Connor Bradley goes up to an 89. I'm feeling really justified in my decision to keep him. But let's lay the foundations to take back to England. The foundations more than laid. I kind of feel sad that we didn't get more than 2 goals. Esposito and Miley scoring the goals. 2-1 up against Leverkusen. Let's head back to Sutton. All right, we're back at home. We are 2-1 up. We hold a 1-goal lead. Full strength starting 11 on the park. Need Lonergan to carry the lads to victory. Come on, fellas. Come on, fellas. Come on. Lonergan gets a goal. Gotts gets a goal. Dibbling gets a goal. Our front 3 make it 3. And we are into the Champions League quarters. 5-1 over Leverkusen. We get our revenge, although I would have rather our revenge come with a trophy lift at the end. And now we get Real Sociedad. We've been drawn up against them before in tournaments, but this time it's in the quarterfinals. Atalanta, who we beat last year, hanging around. Juventus, who beat us, hanging around. Real Sociedad. We have to get through them first. Once again, we are on the road for the first leg. Estadio Dianeta taking on Sociedad. They have unbelievable teams in career mode. But look at our team is unbelievable. Come on, surely we have enough. Oh, Dibbling rescues us at the end there. 2-2, Lonergan and Dibbling. We have more shots, but that means nothing. We are all tied up as we head back to Sutton. Another 3-0 win would go down so nicely here. Can we get ourselves to the semi-finals for a second straight season? We do that! Gotts gets us the goal. We dominate Real Sociedad. We're back in the semi-finals, and I'm not going to lie, I want Juventus. But Juventus are not going to be hanging around. It's going to be either Barcelona, PSG, or Man City. God's sake, man. And Barcelona it is. That's something there was nobody. There was nobody I wanted or didn't want in these semi-finals. It was going to be tough regardless. Sutton United versus Barcelona. Our 3rd time in the Champions League semis, and our 2nd time in 2 years. Let's get to the final this time. Continuing the trend, staying on brand, first leg on the road. The Camp Nou into Barcelona, Catalonian country. Javi against his former side. Can we get a massive result here to take home? Come on, Sutton. Come on, Sutton. Lonergan, you beautiful man. Javi scores against his former side. Camavinga, now a Barcelona man, but Lonergan gives us a 1-goal advantage and gives us a quarter of a pinky into a Champions League final. Big moment right now, fellas. We hold a 1-goal lead against Barcelona. That is not a guarantee by any stretch of the imagination. We're at home, trying to get ourselves into another Champions League final, trying to complete this rebuild, and we're going to head there. No injuries, no suspensions. Miley scores. We're heading to a Champions League final, but will it be PSG or Man City who we face? It's going to be Man City. They win 5-4 on aggregate, and I'm probably happy about that. Man City have been what I would say is our biggest rivals in this video. They have finished above us so many times in this video, but I want the tables to officially turn. I would love for us to beat Man City and win our first Champions League title. A look around the grounds though, FC Midtjylland win the Europa League over Celtic, Athletic Bilbao win the Conference League, and we go back to back as Premier League champions, finishing 9 points ahead of Man City. That is an awesome season. 87 points. Add our second Premier League title to the trophy cabinet. Down the table, Liverpool finished 9th, Sheffield United, Leeds United, and Preston go down. And we can add a Community Shield to our trophy cabinet as well. We beat Man City there 1-0. Man City do win the FA Cup though. Unfortunately, we lost to Man City in a 4th round replay, and West Ham win the Carabao. We lost to Man City there as well. This has really been a yo-yo of a season between us and Man City. So again, I'm happy we play them in the final. Tommy Lonergan, I'm glad I gave you the starting striker role again, mate. I'm going to have to check next year, but there is a fair chance he could be nominated for a Ballon d'Or. Same with Götze. Mika Götze gets 25 goal contributions, 90 overall. Miley's now 91 overall, gets 28 goal contributions. A half-decent start to life as well for Kendry Paez, but I cannot wait to see this team in action, and I pray that we can win our first Champions League title. Can a rainy German night produce the greatest moment in Sutton United club history? Season 12, the Champions League final. Haaland is still about and kicking. Oh, you kidding me? Here we go. Feed it. Nice there. Kelly healed. Good touch. Defender's dragon. We're going to play it under. That's nice. Get the goal. We get the goal. Lewis Miley. He missed an early opportunity the last time we were in a Champions League final, but he does not miss here in Season 12. Lewis Miley gives us the lead 6 minutes into the Champions League final. Also, I've just realized our former centre midfielder, Charlie Patino, starting for Man City in the Champions League final. I feel justified for selling him considering he's still only 86. Tchouameni going to Haaland. Haaland puts it just wide. We cannot get complacent. Free kick here for Man City on the stroke of half-time. Haaland, it's nice to see him putting it in, not being the man on the end of it. Why do they let Haaland take that? I'm just going to let that ride to half-time. Oh, I've taken the bait there, and it's given them a little bit of a head start with Josko Vardiol. He's been their best player by far, to be honest. They get the ball in there, well headed away from Janssen. That's why we pay 150 mil for him. Oh, well timed there. No, Lonergan, why are you running towards it? Oh, that actually works out really well. Lonergan, Miley. Oh my God, I should have gone other end. We've got a corner here. What a moment it would be if we can get ourselves a second goal. It's a decent ball. Esposito. Get there, Dibbling. Dibbling can't get there. Get it out again. Good. Go. Yes, well timed. Dibbling. Dibbling. I've got on his weak foot. Oh, we need to collect the scraps. We've done it, lads. Oh my God. What a park the bus effort. Why are the City fans celebrating? They've just lost the final. We've won the final. It took us 12 seasons, but we have finally won a Champions League title with Sutton United. And I'm hoping it's not going to be the last either. What a massive, massive effort. I feel like I've aged significantly making this video. And it had to be him, the club hero, Tommy Lonergan, with the captain's armband, is going to make Sutton United European champions for the first time in club history. Oh my God. Let's see how many more trophies we can add to the cabinet. Bring on season 13. So for me, these next 3 years are about winning as many trophies as possible. And to be honest, I'm probably not going to sell anybody. I'll let players walk on freeze at the end of the season if I see it fit, but I want to be selfish. I want to keep all the good players. Money's not really a problem right now. I don't see myself going out and signing 5-10 players a year. Just 1 or 2 really good pickups to make sure we're staying at the top of our game, building out the reserves, and giving ourselves the best chance at winning trophies. So we're going to sign our left back of the future. It is not only a left back of the future, it's also an upgrade. Patrick Murdoch, we signed him from Liverpool, Scottish left back. Clearly Andy Robertson's regen. 87 overall, that's 1 overall higher than Kelly Hield, and he's 8 years younger. That is incredible. And the Englishman, Caleb Richards, will be joining our backline as well. He's going to be a backup to Connor Bradley, which is insane, but it's insane when you got an 85 rated defender as a backup and you're dropping 41 million pounds on a backup player, but we bring him back from Villarreal. This team should be winning trophies galore. Like, it is unbelievable. I'm really curious now. Lonergan is 31 years of age. Curious to see his overall at the end of the year. But to be fair, I'm surprised he's even 86 overall. Let's go see what this year has in store, if we can win any trophies, and if we can go back to back as Champions League winners. But first things first, I want to see who wins the Ballon d'Or. Are any of our... Oh my God! 3 of our players are our entire front 3 is nominated for a Ballon d'Or. Our entire front 3 is nominated for a Ballon d'Or. Mika Götze, Tommy Lonergan, Tyler Dibbling. We have 3 players nominated for the 2035 Ballon d'Or. All right, if we don't win a Ballon d'Or with one of our players, I'm gonna sign Adrian Jean. In fact, who is this guy? Adrian Jean, center forward, 23 years of age, 91 overall already. I'm shortlisting this dude. He might have to come into the team next year. Are we? We're heading to the ceremony. Who's it going to be, though? I don't know. My prediction is going to be Mika Götze. David Beckham is presenting it. Is that Lonergan? No, that's Dibbling. That's Dibbling. Tyler Dibbling is going to win the Ballon d'Or, the man that we signed from Southampton, wearing the golden jacket, hugging David Beckham. That is insane that we had 3 players in the nominations. Let's push for 4 next year. But Tyler Dibbling is a Ballon d'Or winner. That is insane. Hey, there's me. There's Mr. Rebuild. I like the fit that we got. If I ever get the honor of going to the Ballon d'Or ceremony as a YouTuber, you best believe I'd be wearing a fit like that. In fact, if I ever go to the Ballon d'Or, I low-key might like cosplay as Mr. Rebuild. But yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. We have got a Ballon d'Or winner in Tyler Dibbling. Make that 3 Premier League titles in a row. Just 3 losses all year, 11 draws. But we finish 11 points ahead of Arsenal. Nottingham Forest, fair play to them, ending up in the top 4. But Sutton United, we've won our 3rd Premier League title. It is absolutely beautiful. Scrolling down, Liverpool and Tottenham mid-table. Fulham, Watford. Leicester didn't win a game all season. Leicester... 0 wins. That is horrible. We do add another Community Shield to our trophy cabinet, though. That's 2 titles this year. No FA Cup. That goes to West Ham. Yet to win a Carabao Cup either. That goes to Arsenal. We are going to win the UEFA Super Cup, though, taking down FC Midtjylland 3-1. But the big question, can we go back-to-back in the Champions League? A donut in the group stage, and we go through alongside Royal Union St. Galois, Atletico Madrid getting grouped. So we go through to the round of 16, where we face Juventus and lose to them again. We lose to Juventus for the 2nd time in the Champions League knockout rounds. That hurts, especially given all of the teams available. We get drawn against Juventus. That is brutal, man. And PSG end up winning the Champions League over Arsenal. That is a shocking title defense. Dortmund win the Europa League, and Lille win the Conference League. Tommy Lonergan dropping off in terms of overall. I think next year we're going to have to finally do it and go get ourselves a new striker. Tommy Lonergan, 30 goals though, despite going down to 84 overall. Mika Götze, though, trying to get himself back into the Ballon d'Or title contention. 91 overall, 28 goal contributions. 27 there for Lewis Miley. I don't know if Dibbling's going to be going back-to-back, though. Only 18 goal contributions for him. We are going to say goodbye, though, to one of the Kelly Hield brothers. Albie Kelly Hield, the Kiwi goalkeeper, will be departing Sutton United on a free transfer at the end of this season. Been a great run, old friend. but it's time to say goodbye. Bring on season number 14. I don't think it'll come as any surprise that we've just gone ahead and signed the freak of nature that is Adrian Jean. I mean, he was nominated for a Ballon d'Or alongside our 3 other players last year. He's got 99 agility, 98 sprint speed. He's 91 overall at 24 years of age. Poor fella has sacrificed his hair to go and get just insane footballing abilities. But him being up top, surely that gets us back to the Champions League final. I do want to convert him though to a striker. He only got 83 shooting, which is surprising. 339 weeks to convert him to a striker. I may have stuffed up here. All right, I might have to change the formation a little bit, which is my fault, but we're in the point of the video now. We can start experimenting. We're at the point now where our whole starting 11 is basically in the 90s. I must say though, I am surprised Bradley's still holding up. He's down to an 89, but still at an incredible click. Murdoch up to an 89. Leonard on the bench there at an 87. I'm not surprised to see he's unhappy. I feel like he would want to leave the club by now, but big pressure on Jean. I need to get Lonergan on the bench. There's no way, although Lonergan might end up lower rated than Arnold by the end of the year. I need Lonergan starting. Or rather, I need him as a super sub. We are gonna have 3 players nominated for a Ballon. Harry Leonard? Wait. Harry Leonard has been nominated for a Ballon d'Or, but he's been stuck on the bench. How the hell has Harry Leonard been nominated? Gotts, Dibbling going for 2 in a row, Gregor Lambert, and then Harry Leonard nominated for a Ballon d'Or. Interesting. We're heading to the ceremony again. Surely it's not going to be Leonard. It's got to be Gotts. It's got to be Gotts this year. Shevchenko, it's Dibbling again. Dibbling is going to win 2 Ballon d'Ors in a row. Whoa. I thought he was a fair shout last year as he hugs Luis Figo, but I am surprised to see Dibbling winning a 2nd Ballon d'Or. Back-to-back Ballon d'Ors for him. I'm not mad about it, but I'm just surprised. Make it 4, baby. Oh, that is so good. Goal differential wins us our 4th Premier League title in a row. Like I said, lads, the dominoes started to fall. We had to win 1 Premier League title, and now we just cannot be stopped. 3 losses all season as we finish ahead of Manchester City, Nottingham Forest, Preston with a great year there. Liverpool almost relegated. That would have been so fun. That's our 2nd trophy of the year. Another Community Shield as we beat West Ham. And we win our 1st FA Cup trophy as Sutton United manager, beating Leeds in the final 3-2. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. We've done 3 trophies this year. We've done a treble. Can we win more? We've done the quad. Oh my God, this year is unbelievable. This year is unbelievable. Season 14, we win the Carabao Cup. We've done the quad. We have won every trophy so far. And if we win the Champions League or the Europa League or the Conference League, then we have done every trophy possible. All right, a pretty easy Champions League group compared to what we normally have. 13 points, 5 points ahead of Roma. But we went out in the round of 16 to Juventus last year. This year, we beat Freiburg by the skin of our teeth. 4-3 against Freiburg, but the dream is still alive. Quarterfinals, we beat Leverkusen 3-1. We're into the semifinals, facing either Madrid, Monaco, or Barcelona. We get Monaco and we beat them. We have got Barcelona in the Champions League final for 5 trophies here in season 14 with Sutton United. We get it done! Come on! We win our 2nd Champions League with Sutton United. 2-1 over Barcelona. Our 5th trophy of the year. We are going to go into the history books as one of the greatest football teams of all time. And our new signing, Adrian Jean, was one of the key pieces to that. 31 goals in 65 appearances. Micah Gotts, 31 goals as well for him. Lewis Miley, 30 goal contributions. This is unbelievable. Dibbling with 24 assists. It genuinely would not surprise me if we had all 4 players in the Ballon d'Or race next year. I do not expect it to be Harry Leonard, though. No more Noah Cobb, though. He will be leaving the club on a free transfer next year. He's been here for, what, 10, 15 years? He's been here for like 13 seasons, but it's finally time to say goodbye. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, as we crack on to our 15th and final season at Sutton United. That is just incredible to look at. Unfortunately, Connor Bradley's starting to go down quite rapidly. He's down to an 86 overall, so we're going to nip this one in the bud and sign ourselves an absolutely rapid right back here. It's another Connor, but it's Connor Higgins, the Englishman, joining us from Cairn. 88 rated at 22 years of age. I've got to say that's probably Trent Alexander-Arnold's regen. I would assume maybe Trippier's, but regardless, we've got ourselves an absolute humper of a right back joining the squad. We can't take our foot off the gas because I want another 5 trophies in this final season. I want 6, including the Super Cup. As we enter our final year with Sutton United, season 15, just take a look and marvel at the absolute monstrosity of a football team we have put together. This has been absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, this has been so much fun. I must say, lads, I have had so much fun making this video. It has been an absolute grind at times. 15 years does not get recorded in 2 seconds, so if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. But let's go and see if we can finish this 15-year experiment, this 15-year rebuild out on a high. Let's go see if we can get another Ballon d'Or winner at the club, another Champions League, a 5th successive Premier League. This will be a massive year. I want all 4. Oh, we get all 4! Holy shit. How is Harry Leonard nominated again? But it's Adrian Jean, Harry Leonard, Mike Gotts, and Tyler Dibbling. 4 players from Sutton United nominated for a Ballon d'Or. That is ridiculous. All right. Let's go see who wins it. My money is on probably Adrian Jean, to be honest. Maybe Mike Gotts. Shouldn't be. Although Dibbling did get 1 million assists. I'd be happy with anybody but Harry Leonard. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting used to the side of this. Beckham reading it out. Kaká presenting. And it is going to be a 3rd successive, isn't it? Although he's not in the greens. He's not in the gold suit this time. But Tyler Dibbling is entering the GOAT race. Tyler Dibbling is entering the conversation of the greatest footballer of all time. He wins his 3rd Ballon d'Or. That is absolutely unbelievable. Tyler Dibbling, round of applause for you, mate. We've done it again. We've done it again. Oh my God, that is another Premier League title. We almost went invincible. We almost went as Centurions. 2 losses all year. We have won yet another, what's that, 5 in a row now with Sutton United. Unbelievable. Relegation zone for the final time. Fulham, Middlesbrough, Southampton, Nottingham Forest with a fall from grace. We win another Community Shield title over Man City. We do not win the FA Cup though, Man United get that honour. Nor do we win the Carabao Cup, that goes to Chelsea. We do, however, pick up our 2nd UEFA Super Cup as we take down Celta Vigo. And the big one, lads, can we win a 3rd Champions League title with Sutton United? Undefeated in the group stages. Round of 16, we beat Wolfsburg, dream still alive. Quarterfinals, we lose 3-1 to RB Leipzig. There is not going to be a 3rd Champions League title. PSG win it this year. But lads, what a video this one was. Such a marathon. If you made it to this point, I genuinely appreciate you so much for sitting through this movie. And if you enjoyed this video and you aren't already subscribed, make sure you click here to subscribe. And click here to watch another video if you're feeling up for it.